obviously very concerned about Hurricane Sally, and we all went ahead and they closed down and turned the power off up here. So we went out to the hotel, stayed out there, and then thank goodness, nothing really occurred. We were concerned about our people to the east of us, but then we were able to come back last night. So just something a little bit different, another curved ball we got to deal with, and the kids did a super job of dealing with it. Just had another workout today, just got finished and completed. We got a ton of respect for Navy and their program. Coach Ken, I think, does just a super job, and they do things the right way. And I know they're going to be pumped up and excited about coming over here and playing on national TV and redeeming themselves. I've read a lot of articles. I know they're disappointed in the last ball game, and I've told our guys on numerous occasions we're going to see a different group of dudes out here on Saturday at 11 a.m. So, anybody have any questions?
Hey, Coach, I want to ask you about just playing on the ABC and just what does that mean to this program and, just a chance to be in the spotlight and all that. What does that mean to you?
Well, that's a big deal. You're going to talk to a couple guys, Jaquan Jackson and Nick Anderson. When I recruited them, I told them about how we wanted to be a national program. And this opportunity to play on ABC, this is the first time that Tulane has played on ABC since 1979. So that's a couple years ago. So we're going to have a great audience, and it gets a chance for guys to show what they can do. Nick in particular played at Jones Junior College, and he'll have the whole team watching the game. From some of the coaches, all those kind of different things. So, it's a big deal. Big deal for our university, big deal for our football program.
Coach, did you ever play on national TV like in some of the other stops, like in a playoff game or anything like that? That you recall?
I don't think so. I was trying to think of the national championship games we played at Sam Houston. I think we just played on ESPN on those, which is a great venue to play on. I don't act like I'm a big dog or something, but yeah, I think this is the first time I've been on ABC also. Anybody else have anything?
Coach, I just asked you something about Navy, and you probably answered this early in the week. This is my first call being on, but just what kind? There's always been such a disciplined team, and just what type of issues do you face with? What type of challenges do you face with a team like that?
Well, we're going to see that under center triple option. Everybody's running a little triple option in some form or fashion. We do some of it ourselves, but they do it differently. Them and Army and Air Force, I guess, are the only schools in Division I football that do the under center triple option stuff. And it's tough. They know it inside and out. They've been running it forever. All the coaches there have been running it forever. You got to be really assignment sound defensively, and you got to, do a great job of tackling and not letting them fall forward. They love 2nd and 7. That's a good down and distance for them. Most teams, they don't like that. They're not patient enough to keep doing it. These guys are. We've talked our defense. It's a 4 and out mentality. It's not a 3 and out mentality this week. It's a 4 and out mentality.
Coach, did you ever talk to these guys much about what happened last year? Or are they pretty fresh on their minds?
Yeah, we didn't start off very good last year, really both offensively and defensively. And there's a couple plays we just got to do a better job of fitting it up. And we've worked on these guys a bunch. You have to, because the offense is so unique. And they do some different things on defense. They do a lot of different blitzes and do a nice job of showing one thing, doing something else. They're a very diverse package defensively as well. And it took us a little while to get it kind of down what they were doing. The last team we played really well offensively in the second half, but we need to do that from the beginning of the game in all 3 phases.
Willie, when I asked Ty J. Spears how he would describe his running style, he said he's unique. How would you describe describe his running style?
Well, he's just a guy, and I'm really blessed. I got, really 70, 80 guys on the team who do it this way, but he practices extremely hard. And then he goes and does it in the game. The physicality part of it, the mental toughness part of it. Sometimes a little hard on himself, and we got to, get him to move on to the next play. But he's a perfectionist, and he's got great speed, great balance. The thing I'm most impressed with him is, nowadays, and we're lucky here. We got a bunch of guys who'll do. He'll block. I saw him today one time get right in the middle of an outside blitzer. A lot of times, sometimes those backs kind of get that shoulder in there a little bit and hope they get a piece of him. He's going to get right down the center of the guy. He tough, hard-nosed dude.
You mentioned you talked about the slow start against Navy last year. You had a slow start against South Alabama too. Do you see it as a trend or not really a trend? Obviously, you've only played one game this year.
Nah, it's just if I do things over again, I told the players after the game, the thing I blame myself about is not scrimmaging a little bit more. You're always concerned about having everybody, but we scrimmaged 2 weeks before, and I had about 7, 8 guys get banged up, and I thought we were ready to go, but it's just different. When you play a game, it's different. All these guys, I'm sure right now, feel better prepared to play game 2, than they did game 1, because you think you can walk out there and go, but it's all, the angles are different. The tackling's different. The ball security's different. Everything's different. All the things we do in drills, now comes to fruition as long as they do it like they're supposed to do it in the game. And there was a lot of lessons taught in that ball game for everybody offensively, everybody defensively, everybody in the kicking game.
Angelo Anderson was on crutches today. I guess did he have surgery? And
Yeah, he had surgery a few weeks ago, and unfortunately, he had to go to the hotel because he was quarantined with contact tracing. He didn't have the virus, but when you get contact traced, you're 14 days out. So that was 14 days he couldn't really rehab. I feel for those dudes in the hotel. They go to the hotel and they're sitting in a room for 2 weeks, and they don't see anybody. They kind of slide their tray of food, in front of their door, and somebody knocks and they walk away. And some of those guys who've been over there have been playing for us. They're running sprints in the hallways, and stuff. So it's a different deal. And it wasn't anything they did. It was somebody else goofed up, and they happened to be near the dude. Yeah, he'll be back in a few weeks. Probably going to be, hopefully mid-October, he'll be full speed and ready to go.
Hey, Coach, the Big Ten decides to restart. Do you feel like things are finally starting to feel a little bit normal, or how does it feel?
Yeah, it's just I just got done telling our guys about it. The part that's really that you got to be on top of your game is being mentally tough. This is a different season. I just got done telling one of our guys, he stayed up late last night. I'm like, there's nothing to do. I'm pretty sure the boot ain't open, right? It's closed. There's no place to go. There's nothing to do. Hey, just do football, do your academics, and try to stay away from stuff. I know that's not fun, and it's easy for me to do it. I just hang around my wife when I get home. That's it. But you gotta be diligent on all these things, and the mental toughness part is so important right now. I don't even know. Did I answer your question? I'm not sure I got on a tangent there.
Is Ryan Wright going to be back?
Yes, he will.
And how did Josh Remitich and Trey Tuggle perform after you watched the tape of the opener?
Did a very good job. For true freshmen playing in their first Division I game, they did an excellent job. We rolled them a bunch, kind of split reps with both Jalen Miller and Ben Knutson on the right side, and which is great. We're building up some depth. We have not been able to do that in the past. I mean, every once in a while walk behind some of the wideouts and quarterbacks and running backs, and I'm like, you know, we got a real lineup there right now, which is very encouraging.
Anything else for Coach Fritz?
Thank y'all.